watching their television show.
All right, we're going live. Sweet.
Hey, Stud Muffin, are you coming in or what?
Stud Muffin is coming.
Stud Muffin is inbound.
All right.
Stud Muffin.
We are live.
We're live.
We're live.
It's
Live.
shit.
Live.
Oh,
Hey, boys, doing?
Bundy.
Kick your ass.
Grab chairs. Come
Get
around.
chairs. Get in here.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Not for all this shit. You know.
I'm gonna move that. If I move that way, I can go this way. It's snuggle up.
Snuggle up. Get
That's
close.
I gave you a good night kiss last night.
Oh, you trying to steal my piggy?
I tried to put my tongue in your ear.
No,
Well, I wanted to
Cardboard cutouts.
don't say that out loud.
Well, maybe Chris, you should introduce folks because they.
I probably
not
should do.
familiar.
So hang on, let's get some volume on this as well. I just
Yeah,
realized I don't want to disturb them.
You're fine. Go ahead and crank it up. They'll crank it up.
Oh, turn up the volume and freeze the internet.
An audible one. I told you,
What's going
let's
on?
go force it.
We're fine.
It is the internet. It is. We're good. Hello. So, all right. So, yeah, hang on. You come in. Come snuggle in. All right. To my, hang on. Let's have a look. This side. This is Brett Rossi.
Hey, fellas,
You're right. I remember you.
staying out of trouble?
No.
Right.
No comment.
No.
No. I don't do that.
Swede is behind us. This.
I'm Raul.
This cuddly.
Wow. You gotta roll the R, man.
lump
Just say
of
it right. It's Raul.
Nebraskan husky.
Raul. I'm gonna elbow you right in the chops. You keep it up.
Oiled, wonderful.
Seriously. I'm gonna loosen your front fork.
The munchy, stud muffiny bit of loveliness is Jesse.
And everybody knows the asshole.
Oh dear.
Good to see you, gents.
This could
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see y'all. What the fuck?
We are currently north of Memphis by an hour or so? Go take a bit. About an hour north of Memphis. How many? 45 minutes. Is that normal people driving?
No, that's 20 minutes your time.
20 minutes of my driving. We actually didn't do too badly coming down here.
No.
27 miles of that.
Oh, it's like
27
15
miles.
minutes for
Yeah.
God's sakes.
Even with me driving.
Hang on, 27 minutes divided by 160 mile an hour. Yeah, good gods. I mean, 10 minutes
And no tickets.
and no
Yep.
tickets.
But hey, do this.
Only halfway.
You better get her out of your system now.
Yeah, no.
You get, like I said, if you get lit up and you start your line of shit, I'm gonna drive by and go, it's all fake. He's a terrorist. You are getting body cavity searched on the side of a Kansas highway.
I'm gonna be going, help me, help me. He keeps touching me in funny places. Do you have a doll? I'll show you.
Oh shit.
We've had this since Sunday. I'm just going to point this out. It's been like this since Sunday. It's been fantastic. It's part of the reason for the conversation this evening and this evening's topic is this whole, not just this trip, but just actually some general thoughts around it. It's it's been pretty fun. We left on, so to a little bit of background on this one. So Innocent Lives Foundation, we hooked them up and got them helped out with a barrel pick in Louisville. And we got that all sorted out, and we were down there for Tuesday, wasn't it? Because we left Sunday.
Sunday, yep.
We drove
Went in Monday night.
on a Monday night. Then Tuesday we did the barrel pick and a few other things. And then Wednesday we drove down here, hung out here today. Tomorrow we head up to the leatherworking place.
Yeah, we go to Springfield,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna shoot across stay in Dodge City.
yeah.
Then we're gonna make Dodge by tomorrow night.
Yeah, and then we head back to Denver. We should be back in Denver mid-time Saturday at some point.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. So yeah, it's been good. It's been a nice road trip. It's been fun just hanging out. We would have taken 3 Mustangs, but a certain individual got a little over enthusiastic on the road at some point in time in recent memory and couldn't turn down basically lighting somebody up. So we ended up with 2 Mustangs.
Turned down for what?
Repeatedly, and it doesn't necessarily mean he lit anybody up. He just can't control that right foot.
Neither can I.
No. That's why you two get along and you're not thrifty, and
Yeah.
you're the reason the ozone layer is going to shit, really.
Hell yeah. No, it's all the cows. Cows are the reason the ozone layer is going to hell. It's nothing with damn cows. It's all the fucking-
Ride with Evan sometime, Chris.
Do what?
Ride with Evan. That man navigates some mountain roads. I'm down in Mexico. I'm in the back seat with his mom. Okay, we're going.
That's how you do it. Right
I'm
there.
dead serious. I'm in the back seat with his mom. We are hauling ass through this like jungle mountain road. There's no guardrails. There's nothing. We're just hard lefts and hard rights, and me and mom are in the back seat doing this shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because at least it smell good.
Yeah.
Chris gets going so
You guys,
fast, the
you guys
front end
got to, you guys
starts
got to know each
floating.
other.
Yeah, we managed to get a float on the front end of the car. So when you're doing like 2.5 times the speed limit in an experimental safe zone, you're like, hey, we need some more front end aero on this thing. The rear end's tied down properly though. That definitely worked pretty well. That's nice and solid and civilized and good.
But the front end does the steering.
Well, it's a minor thing as long as you're pointing in the same direction
Yeah.
for a while.
As long as the road's straight.
Thank you.
Oh, is that because Jesse didn't get the piggy? He gets the, what is that? It looks like
It's
a,
tiger.
it's a what?
That's a camouflage tiger.
It says tiger.
So last night, these two were sharing the sofa in the house.
Where's Piggy?
And you know how those sleepovers go with kids where they don't settle for like a couple of hours because one's touching the other, one's snuggling the other, one steals the piggy, one doesn't have this, one needs this, one. Oh, we had that with these two because he had the piggy and then we had to poke the piggy a few times.
They tried to steal the pig.
We tried to steal the pig. And he didn't get a piggy and he didn't get a cuddly toy. So now he's been given a cuddly toy. So now each of them has their own cuddly toy for this evening. Do you have a cuddly toy?
I do not.
Do you need a cuddly
I
toy?
have a broken spark plug.
Oh, you have, why did you keep the broken spark plug?
Christ almighty.
So they both have their cuddly toys this evening and hopefully they'll get some sleep. And then I wander off and I'll go get some sleep. And then we meet up some stupid hour tomorrow morning.
Yep.
And head north. And we're going to the leather works because Jesse wants some leather. He
The
needs
leather
more.
factory, I was still loose in your front
You
four.
need more
You're not
leather.
out of the woods yet, okay?
So they do wet leather.
I will drop kick you right in the
Studs.
We're on.
We're on live camera.
I know. Shut your lips.
Just studied it.
They can prosecute me if they catch me
Don't
on
you guys
camera.
got anything to say yet?
Yeah. Aren't you guys supposed to be chiming in, and shutting him up?
Ryan,
No, he's doing a good job.
what was that, Evan?
I said he's doing a good job. You are.
Oh, it's going to be fun tonight. You realize walking around the leather works with me is going to be so much freaking
I'm not
fun.
walking around with you.
I'm going to be talking to them about like cat of nine tails and whether we can put little studs on the end of it. And
I'm not even walking in the damn store with you.
whether they come.
You
is
don't
it
even
like-
know the name of the place,
Is
so I'm
it-
gonna let you drive around. I'm gonna go there, get my shit done, and then tell you where it's at.
Does it
Set
have
the
like a
parking lot.
two-way zipper in the right places?
So what are you?
We
You're
are
going to
sounding-
some stuff? Are you like making some stuff out of this leather, or are you just like? Are you just going to like check out the production, like? Or is it like that kind of leather place? Are you getting the hood
You've been drinking.
in the mouth? Like, what are you doing while you're there?
You been drinking whiskey again?
I haven't.
Yeah. Oh, this is
No,
you.
I've been in northern Wisconsin for the last 2 days.
Oh, well, there you go. So welcome back to planet Earth.
Yes.
No,
He's got a contract to massage places.
I'm gonna cut you too. Okay, guys, I can already tell you it's shit show. I understand that, but this is like super shit show with this crew here.
Oh, yeah.
This is gonna be a cluster, but no, leatherwork, tooling leather. Like well, I gotta build a couple of rifle scabbards and stuff like that. My dad did all that stuff.
Nice.
Ended up, I learned quite a bit from him, but then his stuff got stolen here a few years back. No, we're not drinking moonshine tonight. Yeah, they found moonshine down here. Surprise, surprise. So
It's good.
Yeah. Anyway,
Can you show the good stuff or the scary stuff?
here we go. You know how many squirrels they got down here in Tennessee? There's 3 more that showed up. You know. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This shit.
This is the problem. We came to Tennessee and we couldn't find good moonshine.
Well, I'm assuming you haven't gone far enough out into the woods yet.
Well, I was going to stand in the middle of the town with a big megaphone going, has anybody got the good stuff? It was like, when it was going to be like,
Well, your first problem is you're calling it the wrong thing. You're not going to find moonshine. You're looking for
No.
white lightning.
Yeah, squeezins, corn squeezins, that
Or
works. Yeah, see, but I'm not gonna let him in on all my, who's gonna sell to him anyhow? They still ain't over.
Nobody.
No,
okay, so here's the irony of this one. You know that DEA shirt?
Good one.
I was wearing the DEA shirt. earlier. Yeah, I should probably take this off in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, he doesn't think ahead. No,
These
yeah,
are the
he's
pickles.
surprised.
They do moonshine pickles. I
No.
ate the pickle, but
Here's-
apparently you're not meant to eat the pickle. You're just meant to drink the
No
moonshine.
bullshit, you eat the pickle. Here's an idea. Now this is a great idea we had.
Yes.
These dill pickles, they're only at 40 proof. But the next barbecue, next cookout we have, we're gonna put these out on the vegetable tray. And we're gonna make sure there's a whole bunch of kids around too. Cause we wanna see what happens. You get kid on 40 proof pickle running around there. This is gonna show on earth and ain't nobody gonna know what the hell's going on. We're gonna have grandma drunk, grandpa drunk, junior drunk. We're gonna have the dog drunk. Everybody's gonna be shit faced running through the woods. And they ain't even gonna know how to blame it on anybody. Hell, those were good pickles. Right?
We'll pick more up on the way out.
Oh, you damn right. I'm getting a
We'll
case
get
of
a
them
case.
some
We'll
bitches.
get a case of them.
You imagine, do you know the egg salad sandwich you could make with that son of a bitch?
Oh, you just stepped it up a notch.
I'll tell you what, that's professional grade right there.
You have your barbecues over at your place. this
Yes,
summer?
we already talked about that.
Yes.
All right, good.
Swap out some.
You'll have to come, you have to come down for the redneck. It'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be
You have to
epic.
show up when Brett has a redneck, that's what he calls them. That right there, it puts the goat in the, if you know what I'm saying. It is a show.
This is the civilized one. This is like the pinky.
That's the dangerous one.
This is civilized. One drinks one's moonshine with one's pinky. I say.
You drink all that son of a bitch, you're gonna be, you ain't walking.
I'm not drinking it because I still got to get back to the bloody room.
Well, you won't be walking.
That's all you need.
Yes, that's enough.
That's good. I'm happy. I really want another moonshine pickle, but it didn't taste very good. Ooh, you can come in and say hi as well.
Evan, are you frozen or did you
No,
just screenshot yourself?
I love
Oh, I believe you.
He
Right,
just
right,
screenshotted himself.
right away.
What?
This is sweet
There you
sister.
are.
Is her and her man thing's house who's over there that we have we descended upon yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
We descended upon yesterday, and they're putting up with us, which is rather ridiculous and
Very nice.
amazing and fantastic.
No, the thing is, you guys are funnier than my kids, so
Well, I guess.
I have to whoop them. I don't have to whoop you.
Yeah.
Please.
He does enjoy a little bit of backhand.
I'm
He does,
going
just
to
right-
elbow you.
especially with the new leather. The new leather,
We have a wooden spoon.
You guys,
Ooh, hell yeah.
you guys got any houses for sale up here? I can move him up there next to you. I'll just send him your way.
We take them. We'll take them.
Okay,
Send them up this
Okay.
way.
Glenn likes me.
we got a
We'll send
home
them, we'll
for
send
you.
them up north.
Glenn likes me. Can
Okay.
I bring the dogs?
No, I don't care what you take with you, as long as you get the hell out of here.
He doesn't mean
I am going to cut you. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so the leather thing, don't go messing with my knife either. I got my gun in my other pocket, so go ahead and get froggy. Shit. Anyway, so no, Springfield, let's go back to, they were asking me questions.
Well,
then
then
you
ask him.
interrupted.
I've been asking.
Springfield, there's a big leather There's a big leather working outfit there, supplies and stuff like that, tools, glue, dye.
S&M kind of stuff, you
No,
know?
it has nothing to do with that.
You guys aren't talking.
Well, so hey, keep your eyes open because I want a leather blacksmith's apron.
Okay,
Oh,
I think I got a pattern for that. What you need something like that heavy that
I like
that oil
that heavy
can
brown
stuff like
leather.
I'm making a pair of hay shafts.
It's very similar. Yeah, very similar in that heavy apron style. So that when you get this
I'm eating chicken.
No, you
fire, basically, you smash it and it shoots back at you. So it's something that you gotta have enough thickness that it doesn't burn up right away.
Well, I'll look and see what they got. That's part of the reason to stop and by there, so the shipping doesn't kill me on the stuff.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, well, yeah. If I find a chunk we can cut one out of, I'll do it. Then I'll holler. I'll get him to holler at you, and we'll get it. This buzz in the background is a constant drone. We'll have an adult conversation one of these days, or at least semi-adult.
Like it? Well, yeah, we'll give it a shot. I mean, I can't promise.
Do you want jingly things on it too?
What? Some
Do
chains?
you want jingly things on it?
Jingling.
Nipple clamps, so it stays in place.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. We'll just stay on the same page. We're good.
hang on. Whoa. Blacksmith aprons come with nipple clamps? Is that
They
right?
have to hold the apron in place.
Ooh.
I'm about ready to go outside and get eaten by the skeeters. I think that'd be more enjoyable than sitting next to you. Jeez.
We have another 2 days of it. Oh, we're staying in Dodge City.
Yeah, that ought to be rich.
We're staying in Dodge City tomorrow night at Wyatt's Herbs Hotel.
Are you sure it isn't Wild Herbs Hotel? Because that will be a very different experience.
And they serve pickles.
It'll be an interesting voyage of discovery either which way, let's face it.
It was Wyatt.
It's Wyatt.
I double checked
because I
So-
feel
What I would love to see you guys put a little bit of duct tape on Swede, kind of hog tie him and carry him in when you go to check into the hotel. Just kind of set him down like he's luggage and just be like, hey, we're checking in.
Yeah, good one.
You know what? My go bag is big enough. I think we can just cram him in it. And
Yeah,
I'll
but you
throw
gotta
him
leave
over
like
my
a foot
shoulder.
sticking out or something.
Yeah, and just have the bag move and have him mumble every now and then. Yeah,
Help me.
yeah,
Help me.
yeah. We went to the Louisville Slugger manufacturing plant, and that's pretty cool shit. If you ever get out there, that second time I went, and what is it, every 50 seconds they can turn a bat out. They've got these CNC machines, but they got people there doing it the old way, and they give you a souvenir bat, and it's about, I don't know, 1.5 feet long. It's yeah. So I'll just carry that bat every time he mumbles and moves. Just swap the bag. Shut up! Shut up! Oh, that'd be a good idea. And he's not paying attention right now, so he doesn't know he's getting an ass whooping in the bag.
Are we stopping by the leather place first, though, aren't we? So I can actually stipulate what little novelty things I want on it.
You order whatever you want.
I am going to
I
go
am
in there.
not-
We are going to have a conversation about the noise certain types of leathers make, and
There's some weird ducks in the world, and I guess you're right up in there. How you doing, Evan? You're just sitting back watching this rodeo. This is good. Yeah, sometimes it is best to just sit in the corner and play the wallflower and watch the shit go down.
Yep.
Take
Yep.
notes.
Yeah, usually you let them all kill themselves off and then I just go take their wallets.
Mhm.
I like how you
Good
think.
thinking.
it's not a bad way of dealing with it, is it? So this was the logic for this evening's conversation, and we've touched upon these subjects a couple of times before, but really doing this drive and just watching people specifically, and unfortunately when we got into Louisville, the evening we got in, and we caught up with some folks, and it was really interesting to watch how they interacted with these guys. I mean, they know me; they're very well aware of me and all this kind of stuff, and they know him, and they're aware of these guys. But it was an interesting and unsettling experience. And it frustrated me afterwards because I didn't think about it at the time, which is bad on my part because I'm used to it and I'm used to all the banter and stuff like
Do you need
that.
more water, boo-boo?
But it was,
good,
oh
man.
yes, please. I know. Actually, no, I'm good. I've got half left. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, come back around over here. Or are you going to go sit down and watch movies?
Well, no,
But yeah,
that's his baby water cup.
Yeah.
So I was making sure he's okay.
but it was,
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
it was, this goes back to looking beyond what you see in people. This goes back to, the 6'3" hairy thing with the colored beard, blah, 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 blah. And you make a determination. Jesse's taller, bigger than I am with overalls, etc. Swede's about half of our weight and size. And Brett's Brett. And it's like you make a determination without listening, without giving people response. And the other problem is as well is when somebody tries to explain to you their skills and their capabilities, you brush it off. And I think that's where I, at the time, did not pay enough attention to it. I did not give it enough creed. I didn't think about it enough. And I think it's frustrating because, again, it's unfortunately an indication of, and it's not just our industry, but let's face it, we're talking about our industry. And Jesse's seen it too many times. We've gone to conferences a number of times. Brett's seen it a bunch of times. Swede, you really haven't seen it that much.
Not from this industry.
Not from
I've
this,
seen it
yeah.
from every other industry.
Yeah. And I think that's where it's really annoying. And I don't know what we do about it. I don't know how we solve it. And I didn't expect it to come from the quarter it came from, if that makes sense. Because the team in question, their industry is social engineering. Their industry is understanding humans, it's listening to humans. That's what they teach, that's what they do. And I'm not going to do names or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm still trying to process it. And I'm actually trying to figure out how the hell to have that conversation. It's going to be a tough conversation. And say, hey, here's the reason that this crew didn't go to the dinner and we didn't do this and we didn't do this. And probably the biggest frustration out of this is that first evening was an absolute 180, a complete stark contrast to the following evening that we had with an individual who, by all rights, you would expect to have that attitude and action from. The individual, again, one of the names, the individual in question runs a freaking distillery. That's not a small one. We were fortunate enough to hang out with them for an extended period of time. And they're amazing. They're humans. They're BS. They kick back. They talk. These guys were talking about tractors, about farming, about water, about vehicles. We turn up in the two performance Fords, and he comes out of the house. And this is a house of all houses.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a house. Oh my gosh, yeah. He said, he's like, yeah, it's the modest house at the end of the road. And we're driving through the road, and I'm like, yeah, modest is, and again, not putting spoilers out there, but we'll have that conversation face to face. This is an individual who has earned the right, the position, or whatever, to be that like hoity-toity kind of, why am I looking at you and dealing with you kind of individual.
Yeah.
But they were nothing like it.
No.
They were like the most human of humans, and the most inclusive, the most engaging, the most down to earth, fucking and that's just one of those. And yet the previous evening was not that way. And I'm just like, it sucks. And I don't like it.
Authenticity versus agenda. So I love authentic relationships and connections. And you guys know, I've met all of you. Like when we interact, same thing with Evan. Evan is an authentic human. Chris, you are an authentic human. Jesse, all you guys, like, we connect on that human level. No one is above, below, better than. You're a messed up hot pile of shit. I'm a messed up hot pile of shit. We're all a bunch of messed up hot piles of shit together, and we're authentic. And things like financial success, relationship success, et cetera, whatever your definition of success is for the thing that you do in the moment. Mine last week was making that little metal guy in my garage that, if I took to a real metal worker and was like, look what I did, he'd be like, oh my God, it's hot trash. But when you get into the settings, and I think this is true in our industry, it's an agenda-driven event. Somebody's jockeying and posturing. Somebody wants to get one up, one over, or one under on somebody else. It's all about the come up at the expense of, because that is the competitive nature of, you know, you can't be as good as me. Hell, Chris, you talked about this a few weeks ago when you were going through the job process, where some douchey guy decided to like play the tech battle. Like, well, what if this completely far-fetched scenario is coming to reality?
Yeah.
Oh, you gave the wrong fucking answer. And in all reality, it was actually, no, your short-sighted thinking prevented you from knowing and realizing the correct answer was actually, yes, this could happen. But I say all that because I think that's the root of it. I think the difference between authenticity is whether there's an agenda in play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Oh yeah. No, I totally do.
Observation of
Because
it, like,
no, I do, which unfortunately is also part of it. Without getting into too much of this, because if the folks in question actually watched this, they would realize obviously what we were talking about. But the gentleman who was gracious to sort out the barrel and sort out the other stuff was, we were going to bring them in and hang out and everything else, but we took the step back, which is why we end up over at the house. We talked about some business stuff and talked about a few other things, but we decided to do it there because it was actually a safer space for them than bringing them in to meet with the other folks, because there was absolutely an agenda there. And I didn't want to do that to them, which it sucks, because it should have just been a time for like, hey, this is freaking awesome. Thank you. But it felt and figured out it was going to turn into and here's what else we want from you kind of thing.
Evan, what's your wisdomy take? Evan always has a wisdomy take on this stuff.
He does. He does.
What?
Evan.
For a second.
Show.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Looking for yourself.
Do you need more? No, you don't need anything.
People in question from the south.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to not to be myself.
Right.
What the
Well,
fuck? I mean, I don't know.
But you don't. You have an agenda, but you're so transparent about it because the mission is the agenda, right? So you're, you know, because we all do. I mean, at the end of the day, there's some goal you're trying to accomplish. I think where it gets shitty and where people do the brush off and treat people like shit is when it's an at your expense, right? Every one of us has had something stolen from us in our career, and somebody try to prevent us from being successful or whatever it was. It's the game, that political bullshit, right? And I think that extends out to things like when we go to certain industry events, you know.
I think it helps. I think it helps too. I just have a bigger penis.
I mean,
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
We don't want to stand on here.
whoa. Asking you shall receive.
Oh,
I mean, BDE is a thing, right?
Mhm.
And if you don't know, BDE is that big dick energy. It's when the guy walks in the room and you know it, but he didn't have to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've also always believed that winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. So I really don't give a fuck what other people are doing. You know, I mean, I'm on my own thing. I'm doing my own thing. So, you know,
yeah. No.
I like to be nice to people. I like to be respectful, you know.
Yeah.
It's all good.
yeah. Yeah. If
Like
you treat
today.
people,
Dude, check this out, man. On Twitter today, some guy, shit, I don't even know fuck, I gotta find his name. Fuck. What do I suck at everything? Twitter? We go to Twitter.
Leader.
Elon.
No, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Tesla now.
Tesla.
Rebranded. Oh
Fuck,
my
I can't-
gosh. Now you're
All right, so
Carl-
anyway.
Sorry, go on, Evan.
There's this guy on Twitter. I can't remember his name. He's gonna be pissed if he's watching it. But he asked if anybody knows any good places in Mexico to go on vacation. And so I replied to his tweet. I'm like, dude, come to fucking Miss Maloya. Come stay with me. And he's like, I mean, he was blown away. He's like, really? I'm like, fuck, I don't Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to hang out and shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I said, everybody's welcome except for assholes. So if you're not an asshole, you can come hang out.
It's the same thing I said. Anybody comes into Denver, let me know. If I'm there, you're welcome to come over to the whiskey room and hang out. And it's the same logic. If you're an ass, no. But if you're not, and thankfully, well, I thought a few more, but thankfully there's at least a reasonable number who are actually relatively good. I mean, sometimes you just don't know. And I think that was the frustrating thing about this situation. And this is part of the reason for doing part of the reason for the post, honestly, was I came back. These guys left the meeting early, and yeah, there was an air, but it wasn't. It was like, okay, what the hell is going on? I came back and we talked, and we talked a lot, and then we actually went downstairs and played pool for like how many hours? Good couple of hours. We just hung out and played pool for a couple of hours, and that was needed. And it's frustrating because it shouldn't have to be that way, if that makes sense.
Well, and here's the deal. You know, at some point in time, you got to know when it's time to fold the pen and get the hell out. Hit the silk, get the hell out of a situation. Because now, the way I was brought up, the way Brett was brought up, you know, at some point it's okay. Your mouth's done the talking. Let's see what you got. And anymore in this world, right, wrong, or indifferent, you don't do that. You don't do that in a situation he was in, put him in that pickle. So before you start swatting some people, you know, tip your hat and get out of it. And that was where on the walk back, I'm like, yeah, let's just cool off, guys. You know, you're smarter doing that. You know, 30 years ago, no, there would have been, but you know, I think everybody's had their teeth loosened enough times to understand that you're going to feel it in the morning, and we ain't getting any younger.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it was easier to do that. That's the right thing to do. Let's just be square. That's the right thing to do, because you're not proving anything.
Yeah, I mean, walking away to a point. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
Right.
I was taught, they're the train, you're on the tracks, sidestep the tracks. But if the train comes off the tracks and chases you, well,
different story. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was
that's shitty, man, because people don't know. I mean, you know, Ev doesn't talk about a lot of what he does, but I know he is very skillful at what he does. There's a lot of people that aren't running around bragging. There's a lot of people that know and do a lot of things and are not throwing handles out there, are not, you know, doing dumps, or not, you know, there's people that exist in this world that are very talented but stealthy about it. Don't be making judgments, and you don't know what somebody knows, and you definitely don't know where they're at today as far as like what's going on in their life. And, you know, I mean, shit, I showed up to a whole bunch of meetings like within hours of my mom dying, and not a person had a clue, because I'm a professional and I'm showing up and doing my job. But if you'd have came at me at that moment, you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know what you like. I got a thin veneer for your bullshit at this moment. I'm gonna smile my way through it, but I promise you can cross that threshold and you're gonna get an ugly response, right? Mm-hmm. And we're all guilty of that, especially fuck around me. I ain't slept in 2-3 days. You know, I've had like a handful of minutes or hours over the, you know, a couple of days. I'm gonna be wiry, right? But also,
but I mean. And okay, I get it, logic and understand on that one. But we walked into what I would say would be a friendly situation. And I think that's also the thing that kind of caught me off guard as well. We were just sitting there, we were listening and we were talking. And I'm like, you know, I might say that, or I might think about it, I might do that, but I wouldn't say it that way and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to get uncomfortable.
And it just went downhill.
Yeah, and it just...
Was it just a bunch of flex, you know, without getting into details, it's just a bunch of flexing? Somebody felt like they needed to
whip it was arrogance.
There we go.
Yeah, a bunch of arrogance. Yeah.
It's a perceived character.
Yeah,
But you know what? That shit's on them, man. Arrogant people are lonely as
it
fuck.
is.
They're the loneliest fucking people in the world. And I feel sorry for
Exactly.
them. My heart breaks for them. If you weren't such a dick, you'd have more friends.
But here's the
Right.
here's the other challenge with this thing. And this is where I think the frustration is this comes back to the village conversation. The only reason I am who I am and I am how I am is not because of me. It's because him, Jen, others, the dogs, so many people, you two, and everybody around us. So when the four of us walk into somewhere, it isn't, oh, it's all the focus is on the one person. The focus should be on all four of us. The focus should be equally distributed. The focus when we turn around and say, hey, here's HHS, here's the crew, it shouldn't still be, we're going to, no, I was going to say suck your dick, but we're going to lay out the red carpet for one and ignore the
There you go.
God damn. I knew it.
Is it safe to come back? Oh, no. Oh, Lord, it's going down, people.
You said it.
I did. I was thinking it, and I was trying to be slightly more civilized about it. But
You just said it.
I know.
So.
Well,
And I think that's the
and
frustration.
I think people that are genuinely humble want other people to take credit for the shit. I don't want people to. It's actually more stressful if I was the one who took credit for all the shit I did.
Right.
It's a lot less stressful when you do something and then somebody else takes it and somebody else does something with it. Like FR Secure on Monday, we had our quarterly meeting to talk about first quarter. And there were so many quotes that were said during that meeting, which were all my quotes. And not one time did anybody give me credit for it. And not one time did I fucking want credit for it. I was really, really proud of these guys because they're taking the mission and moving forward with it. And I get to go fucking scuba diving next to them.
But did they at least acknowledge it? Sorry. Did they at least acknowledge that, though? That it was like,
No.
hey, this is where I learned it from this.
No.
I think
Why do they need to do that? They own it now. They feel they may, in the back of their mind, if you were to ask them where they first heard it, they might say, well, I first heard that from Evan. Or they may have thought that they came up with it themselves. And if they thought they come up with it themselves, then they actually own it.
Do you think Man Thing's going to go knock balls around? Would you like to join in, darling?
I'm not going to knock any balls. No balls. No solid.
no. I think the difference here, Evan, is that I've been around him enough to know when he walks in. You're walking in with Marilyn Monroe and Greg. We got it, yeah. But the problem was, it wasn't just what pissed me off. Wasn't them. Oh, Chris. I'm used to it, and he's earned that. Give me a break. I could give a shit if you really know who I am. But when you start talking shit to me, not knowing who I am, and you start being a dick to me without me provoking that, and that's what happened here. It was.
Even then, I mean, why is it even fucking worth my time? I was talking to some guy yesterday. A lot of times I get introduced to people. I was talking to a guy who's starting his first business, right? Yeah. And he was recommended because some other guy, whatever. You got to talk to Evan. So he gets on the phone with me, and he's, whatever. And I go, do you know who I am? And he goes, no. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. And so I just needed to establish some cred with him if he was going to listen to what I was saying. But other than that, I don't give two fucks if you know who I am.
Well, and that, but my thing was, there was a level of shit talking that went down about personal appearances. Shit. It was barroom shit talking. It wasn't the oh ha ha. It was there was a level of.
It should have ended in a bar fight.
It was bar fight. It was honestly, and I shit you not, it was the beginning of barroom shit talking.
Let's do it. Let's get down.
Add that.
I showed him how to eat a chicken bone.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Because I'm so uppity.
That's when I said, okay, it's time to get out of here. Because I don't go to that place very easily. I mean, I've always been a big guy. I mean, you guys, we pissed around in that. I got pretty even keel, but when it starts bugging me to that level, that's when we pulled the pin and got the hell out of there. Because if I start getting mad, I already know other people are
Shit's
mad.
going down.
And yeah. I've always said that the problem, you're in trouble isn't when I'm talking shit to you. It's when I start smiling and I'm quiet. That's, and I was getting to that level of anger, if that makes sense. So that's the
No,
time
it
to get
does.
the hell out there. That's
And that's why I have to have people around me who hold me accountable, because I kind of know my limitations on that shit. My wife actually saves me quite a bit. Especially like when I go to Sturgis and somebody's talking shit. The last time I can remember was at Sturgis, and some lady was on my ass on my motorcycle. And I guess she was known for running bikes off the road. Well, I was pissed.
Yeah.
So, I moved around her and I'm like, all right, it's on. And I'm going to follow this bitch home. And my wife, sitting on the back, no. And it takes a little bit of time to get my attention. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't need to go to jail for this.
Yep. And that's where this was at. It wasn't an attention thing. Chris looks at it like that because he's humble about it. He doesn't want to be that spotlight guy. But when you show up in plaid pajama pants and a purple beard, you are that guy. You're going to be that guy. Nobody mistakes Chris for who Chris, who is that guy?
Right.
Anybody that knows who he is.
Right.
But he just wants to be just Chris. It upsets him. And any of that I could give two shits about. But when you start going, oh, you're so great. And then blah, blah, blah. And you go down the line, you start picking. Then that was the reason we got at them.
Yeah, it's just they're showing their pettiness, right? When people show their pettiness, so the way that I handle that is social engineering. There is a fine art to making you feel bad about you in a positive way. There is a fine art that later that night, when you're laying there in bed, that little thing creeps back in that's like, am I really as big of a douche as I think I might be?
All right. Well,
but it's that, because that's how I have to diffuse it, because you guys have met me. Okay. Swede has got more going on size-wise than I do, right? Both of us combined maybe make up one of y'all's legs. So I'm not going to be getting into a fight. So I got one of two options. End it immediately.
Cheat.
Right?
Cheat.
Hey, there is no cheating when it comes to saving my ass.
No.
Right? So it's ended immediately or avoided altogether.
Yep.
Well, what happens when I'm in a situation that I physically can't escape, right there between me and the exit? I better be skillful in my, right?
Yeah.
That's because I feel you guys. I was a hot head in my youth, very hot head. I'm not built for that shit. I would all kind of mouth run away and then get my ass whipped because I weigh 6 ounces, right? And I get to get my ass whipped because I'm not big. You can pick me up and toss me pretty easy. So I don't know. It's that pettiness. So if you can find a creative way to turn it back around, just kind of boomerang back to them and be like, oh yeah, you're probably pretty right.
I had a cop buddy teach me verbal judo. They work with that verbal judo. That stuff kicks ass. And I've used that, but I don't think these people, honestly, I don't think it would have sunk in. I don't know whether it was the alcohol or this was a good Cheyenne bar fight 5 minutes from the go. And we went, no, let's get at it.
Was it maybe it was too much booze. Was that,
anytime you mix liquor and attitude, you know what you're going to get. At the end of the day, there's a reason, me and Evan talked about that the last time we seen you in Nebraska. I give up on drinking because I was good at it. And when that's one of the things in the world you don't want to be good at. And to me, everything's funnier than hell. I'm funny when I'm lit up. Now, other people may not think I'm that damn funny, but I think I'm goddamn hilarious. But I think that just comes with growing up and you get whooped. I've told Chris this a million times. There's a lack of ass whippings in this country because that right there, that'll straighten you out. you get a few of those handed to you and realize you're not the hottest shit on the block. That works. And number two, I think there's a lot of people anymore. It isn't that they don't remember what it's like to push a broom. It's that they never pushed the broom. You know, that other individual that we were talking about, quite honestly, owns the joint. And I think if somebody called in sick, you'd catch him out there pushing a broom with and doing a good job.
Good leader should.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't see that. That is, I've said it a million times to him, you know, I don't know whether I don't know whether there's an opportunity to push brooms anymore, you know, to start out pushing brooms and work your way up. Nobody wants to work their way up.
Look for that.
Yeah. Let the machine.
Yep.
And then when the machine goes by and knocks something over and runs your floor, be pissed at the machine, not at yourself, because you couldn't run the broom. You know, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
to your point of social engineering, we thought about that, and then we made our decision. It was time to leave.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's it, right? I mean, and Evan, we've talked about this on the show before. You know, same thing if you're in a work setting, right? You guys are doing InfoSec work, you're working for somebody. Now, you guys don't have this because you're with HHS, but, you know, if you're working in some corporate setting and you can't get any traction, there's no support from leadership, you got to get your ass out of there. Sometimes you just got to walk away because that's the best. I've had a job years ago that was like that. I was in a very uncomfortable situation where I did not agree with ethically or morally what was happening, and I couldn't be any part of it. I had to get the hell out of there before something really went wrong.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. Hits the still. That's what I say at work. I mean, I've got a couple guys there where I'm at in Denver. They, you know, hating their job, just hating it, coming in every day. And I tell them, guys, everybody's hiring, and you're talented enough. Just get the hell out of here. Don't let it beat you up like that. I don't care what you're making for money. It's not worth the health. You know,
Right.
Can't put a price on your life. So if it sucks that bad, move on down the road.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I get to work for Ev, so I'm good. I'm good. I get to do cool stuff. Today I got to help.
Get to do this. Watch.
Yep. See, look at that. No, I got to help 14 really small rural school districts get their shit together a little bit. Right.
Cool.
Like, that feels good. I know that I help that community, and these are the folks that have the multiple hats on, right? So it's the tech leader who's also the art teacher, who's also the after school coordinator, right? And these people are given like a quarter of their damn salary to make sure these kids got granola bars and shit because there's no food at home.
Yeah.
Right. And then along come the InfoSec vampires to drain them of every last resource they have with false promises.
Yeah.
And because I have the blessing of working and running one of Evan's companies, I get to walk in there and do the right thing for the right reason and not be shitty and actually help these people. I mean, that's,
you can sleep at night.
Oh, like a baby,
There you go.
Right. And it feels good. And I got to have one of our employees go with, and he had never seen me talk before. And he's like, holy shit, you just get up there and do your thing, don't you? I'm like, yeah, and I cut them straight. I know that they don't know. So I don't read like it's from the book where I'm like, then the blah, blah, $50 technical term. I'm like, hey, you have stuff, count it.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You're not reading it off the teleprompter. Going through got the talking robot.
Oh,
That's
well, I just sit through some stuff before it was my turn, and it was just like,
yeah. Yeah.
So dry. So dry.
Yeah. I don't know when the last time. Do you guys ever have to take one of these first responder courses with the hazmat and all that? Have you went through anything like that?
It's been years since I wasn't a first responder, but I had to do like this really boring ass half day OSHA class because we were handling some stuff.
Yeah. They go right down, hit all the points, throw a slide up that shows some disaster in Madagascar, and then they go to the next one, and you're sitting there. At the end of the day, I've learned that I can probably drool on myself better than I could when I was 2, and I got a little card that says I'm qualified now. So woohoo, I'm going in. Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, you sit there.
No, you sit there.
You sit there.
I work better right here.
She's back.
Hey. So we have had a good debate in your absence.
We solved it.
We did. Now you have an early morning, and we're rounding out the hour.
Yes.
So I pass the baton to you to choose where we go from here.
I think, truthfully, I will take that gimme. Let's put it that way. Sorry. Oh, you mean it's so smooth.
Don't rub.
Hello, darling.
He's hornier than a
It rubs
three-pecker
the
billy
lotion
goat.
on it or it gets the hose.
Hello, darling.
You're terrible.
And my kids are like, good job, Mom.
Leather working tomorrow.
Is there's homes for sale up there amongst you folks? Maybe I'll move up there.
You'll like
Well,
it.
come to Mexico.
Or yeah.
No, Mexico, I burn too easy. If you see me running around in my bathing suit, well, let me tell you what my bathing suit is. It's my
Now you're
overalls, my
talking.
t-shirt, yeah, and I've got some Crocs. So there's my bathing suit. Okay.
I like it. Let's do it.
So,
We should take you scuba diving.
I will take the gimme. I will take the gimme. I'm just my brain's gone to sleep. I'm just imagining him in the speedo at the moment. I'm kind of like getting a little horny again.
Okay, well, Mexico. How long a drive is it?
I'll get you down there. I'll come rescue you. I'll send you a plane.
Okay. Oh boy, hot damn, yeah.
But he doesn't swim, he sinks.
Yeah, I do. I sink like a damn rock. So you gotta get me them little floaty things.
No, we just give you the scuba tank.
You mean a boat?
I don't need the
Floating
lead
is
weights
boats.
though. I do. I'll go to the bottom. I sink like a damn rock. It'll look like 2 ocean liners out there having a drag race. You'll have 10-foot white caps hitting the shore. I'll beat the shit out of the water. But I'll still go out there. I don't care. I just understand that my chance of dying is a hell of a lot stronger than most people that float.
I like it.
All right, we'll take the gimme because you're right. We've got an early start. We got a bunch of miles, and we're going to be spending some time with the Leatherworks tomorrow. If we don't get our asses thrown out, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
Don't get thrown out of there. They're a good supply shop for me.
Well, I won't, but I mean, I'm going to be.
I'll
sitting
make
there.
you a deal. You don't be a dickweed at the leather place, and I won't go to the Apple store with you next time and just ruin your whole reputation there.
Can I at least rub myself up against the leather and just see how it is?
I will literally stick an iPad down my shorts and run around going, look at me, look at me.
Deal. This sounds like a good day.
I like it.
Good day.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Sounds like a lot of bail money.
Oh, hell yeah.
On a happier note, are you gonna make it to Sturgis again this year?
Mhm.
Oh, right on. I'll be up there that first weekend, so let me know if you're up there.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Right on.
Ride.
Yeah, you guys can go out and ride. He loved doing that shit. I got kicked off those things, but no, he's pretty good. And he's not a shit bird either, so he's all right.
Oh, shit, birds in one way or another.
No, shit asses. That's my grandpa's term. Everybody's a shit ass. Just depends on what
Shit
level.
ass. I love it.
And on that note, gentlemen, I bid you all adieu. Keep an eye out. I'm definitely looking for some leather to get the apron situation.
Oh,
Or if you happen to stumble across one, you guys are prone to roaming around places that would have things like that. So if you're in a fucking
No, wait a
carbon
minute.
feed,
Wait, no. We'll just build you one.
okay.
Because then then if you decide to quit or not do this shit or get lazy on me, I can bust your ass on it. If I put time into building one, you gotta use some bitch.
He's right.
So,
Guaranteed.
there
Guaranteed.
you go.
It's
There
my
you go.
jam.
So I'll see if
All
I
right.
can bought some hide to work for it and I'll have numbnuts update you.
Can we get some sheep? Like get some like the woolly bits and get the woolly stuff on the inside.
He's a Welshman.
No, fire. That's a fire hazard. No.
Hey,
No woolly nothing. It's either leather or cotton. Things that burn but don't start on fire.
That bottle's got dust on it.
It has.
It's
All right.
empty.
All right,
Hang on,
kids.
no, we're gonna have a conversation about what winemaker's blend actually is. We'll talk about that in a minute.
We will catch up next week. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah. Everyone needs to open their fucking eyes. Like open their eyes. And maybe think a little bit before passing any damn judgment. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. No two ways about it. But if we did a little bit more of that and thought a little bit more and be in slightly better shape. What do you got to say? What are your thoughts?
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, that works.
We'll just take the window dressing off of it.
Yep.
You should have.
No, everybody can be shit ass, but don't be a dick. And if you are a dick, you're gonna get treated like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say just remind yourself you don't know what's going on in that person's life at that moment and act accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just treat him like a damn human being.
I don't know if people know how to do that anymore.
No, right? You'll find this is a shit show.
If you're gonna be a fucker, be a good fucker. Don't be a bad fucker.
Yeah, own it. Seriously, right?
There you go.
That's on the sticker.
That's almost poetic.
That's on the sticker.
He's a poet, you don't even know it.
I'm out.
Hi, guys.
All right, Evan, close with some words of wisdom.
I think you guys summed it up, you know. I mean, this shit is biblical too, right? I mean, treat others the way you want to be treated, right? So if you're an asshole, then expect you treated like an asshole, and you'll be lonely and angry and just be a dick the rest of your life. You know, you only get one shot at this, right? I mean, I'm 51. I don't know. I probably have maybe 30 years, 40 years left. I mean, let's make the best of it. You know, a lot of laughter, a lot of having fun. Stop, comparing. I'm not in fucking high school anymore either. I mean, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, and focus on yourself. Don't focus on other people. Who gives a crap what other people are doing? Do the best you can do. And every day you get up, every morning you get up and you get another start, you get another chance to do it better. So take it.
Cool. Gentlemen, thank you.
Good seeing you.
Love you
Good
guys.
talking to you guys. Good seeing you again.
You guys take
Yeah, I love you
care.
guys. Take care.
We will.
Be safe.